version of PHP we're having is okay, and everything else, the MySQL support, etc., everything's fine. Click next, and then we have the general terms of the license agreement, which is fine, so just click next. And now the database configuration, which we've just set up in the PHP MyAdmin. What we're going to do now is put in the minimum requirements that's needed. Now the database type, is MySQL, because it's MySQL that's running on the XAMP environment with Apache, and our host name is localhost. The username, at least for myself, is root, because I'm creating another username. I'm still using the default username, and then you enter the password that you entered when you first installed and we did the security check with XAMP for the MySQL. And the database name, we just created that, and it was called Joomla. We don't need to worry about the advanced settings, there's nothing there we need to use at this point. So if we just click next, and then what we have is the file transfer protocol configuration. If you're going to put this on a Linux or Unix systems, you would have to enable the FTP layer. If you're using a Windows operating system, the FTP layer is not required. I'm actually on Windows 7, so I don't actually need to do that. If you actually are on Unix or Linux, all you would do is click yes. You put your FTP details in here, which are currently set as root, and the password that you assigned. Or if you're using this on the live server, you would have been sent the FTP details from your service provider, and you would put those details in and then automatically find the path. And now we'll click next. Okay, now we have the main configuration, and we need to give our site a name. I'm going to call this my test Joomla site, and we need to confirm the administrator's email. So if you have a personal email, you can put that in here. I'm just going to put in admin@mail.com for ease, and a password. So you can create a password here. And if you scroll down, you do have the option to install the default sample data. And what that'll actually do is it'll actually insert a range of modules and content that Joomla has already pre-built in, so you can see what different modules are available and what they do. At this point I'm not going to install those, because I'll be able to go through each and every module that's available with the tutorials that we'll do in the future. Okay, so I'm not going to click on that, and I'm just going to click next. Then there's the one that kept no sample data was installed. That's okay. And now we have the finish. Congratulations, Joomla is now installed. And now what we need to do is follow the instructions, and that is to completely remove the installation directory, because if that was still there, anybody would be able to change the configuration settings. So if we open up our Joomla folder, which was in XAMP htdocs in the folder Joomla that we created, and scroll down, we'll find there's the installation folder there, and we'll delete that. Yes, we'll delete, and we'll close it. And then we have two options. We can either go to site or admin. Just so I can show you briefly both, I'll right click on that, and as the case may be, because it's an image, I'll not be able to open that. So I'll show you the front end first. And this is the basic template that is pre-installed with Joomla, and there's two of the templates that I can show you shortly. But this is what this particular template is, with blue background and a menu area here. You can actually install the menus in various locations, down on the left, on the right, along the top, in the middle here, and there's also two of the module positions inside the site itself, just here. What I'll do now is go back. I can. No, I can't. So what we'll have to do is go to Joomla /administrator. which will take us to the administration area where you can edit everything and create your own pages. So that was the name, what I called my site, my test Joomla site, and if I enter the username of admin, and it'll be for the same for yourself, all the default usernames are admin when Joomla is first installed, and we enter the password that we entered before, when we enter also the administrator's email in. I don't know why it came with invalid token there. I just clicked the back button and actually it came through to the administration area. And this is the simple basic control panel of where you can start to build and work on your Joomla site. The top menu we have the site, which has the control panel, which is the area here, user manager, media manager, where you store images and videos and things, global configuration, which is setting the global parameters of what the site is, the names, its meta tags, how URLs are written or not, as well as excuse me, other various options that are there. Menus, where you can start creating your own menus by the menu manager, and also the modules, which I'll show you shortly. Content, this is where you create your articles. Now the articles are actually the pages themselves that you'll see on the site. But for that you also create sections, and you can also create categories. And you also have the front page manager, which controls what data or content you want to show on your front page from the articles you've created. Components are various things that you can actually install from the Joomla extensions section on their website, which carries various things, which we can show you also in a future tutorial. You can create your own banners, which you can show on different pages in different locations that can rotate. Contacts, where you can have your own contact details on the site. News feeds, which you can create and publish on various locations in the site also. Polls, where you can create your own surveys and such like, and collect information from the users who visit your website. Searches, where people can actually search content within the website itself. And web links, where you can link to other websites. And here is where you actually would install or uninstall extensions that you put on the site itself. The module manager, which is where you create the modules that would go in different locations also on the website. Plugins, they're actually what help make certain extensions and components work throughout the site. The template manager, which is where you can select various templates. And what I'll do is I'll quickly click on template manager and I'll show you the alternative templates that are available. Now if you remember, you can see there actually when you put your mouse over the different names, actually comes up with the image of the template itself, and that one was Rookie Milky Way, and you also have GA Purity, and you also have bees, and you can see actually what they are like. Now if we select that one, the GA Purity, and make that the default, and then if we actually go back to a new tab and go to http localhost / Joomla, you'll see that the template is now changed, and we have this fully expanded template, again with the menu down the side. You can also put menus in the middle here and down the right, but again these are all things I'll show in a future tutorial. In this template there's also an increase and decrease font sizes automatically that the user can do, or make them the default size. If we go back to our admin panel and select bees and make that our default template, and if we go back to the tab with our site in it and we click the refresh button, the template is now changed again, and again we have the font sizes, bigger, smaller, reset, and again menu, and again there's other module locations where all the content will be placed as we build the site up. Well, at this point what we've done is download into Joomla, install it on our XAMP web server environment, gone through the basics of the administration panel, and we'll go through step by step in future all the things we need to do to make our site what we want it to be, and where we actually want to put modules and what extensions we can use that are actually pre-built in Joomla. Now there's actually more extensions and modules than most people probably have time to actually make a tutorial about. So we'll pick a few and we'll install them and see how they work and how we can make them work within our content. But for now, that is Joomla installed on XAMP on your own computer. Thanks for listening.